Hey guys, Guardian435 here, coming at you with a deck that works. Um, my last deck kind of flopped out, but it was able to teach me a lot about the current metagame, what works and what doesn't. So off of that, I was able to build this. This deck only took me like, I don't know, I went through like my entire collection basically. It took me about an hour to build. And it basically worked the very first time. I didn't have to make too many changes during playtesting. So I still need to make a few changes, but for the most part, it's pretty solid what's going on right now with it. And what it is it's Archlord Kristya, Deep Sea Diva, and some dark stuff. So the only deck that beat this really badly was Lightsworn, and both duels out of the match I lost in 2 turns. So I mean, I don't know if Lightsworn are still, that broken and shit. I wasn't side decking or anything, so I don't know. I mean, that seems too fast. That's four total turns out of an entire match. It seems silly to me. So I don't know if my opponent got lucky or whatnot. I guess I'll figure that out though. Anyway, I'll get on with the deck. So I'll start with this. So you have 2 Archlord Kristya. When she comes out, you get a fairy back from your graveyard. She comes out if you have exactly 4 fairies in the grave. She goes to top your deck instead of the graveyard if she's destroyed. And most importantly, neither player can special summon while she's out, which means no Battle Fader, Gores, Tragodia, any of that other nonsense. So that's cool. It also shuts down everything that any sort of those tuners that special summon another monster so that they can synchro summon. It also stops synchro summoning itself. Kristya is really good. You have 2 Shining Angel. Basically gets you either another one of himself, an Honest, or a Dimensional Alchemist. If you choose to get an Honest and your opponent doesn't have another monster to attack with, you can just return Honest to your hand, so it's a cool way to get him there. Dimensional Alchemist is so dirty, and he speeds right through your deck and generates pretty big advantage. Also helps with the Kristya loop. Obviously, Kristya loops to a certain degree. Not in any cheesy way, but basically she just doesn't go away. If she does get removed with something like Deep Prison, you always have the Dimensional Alchemist to back that up. So that works out really nicely. And yeah, Dimensional Alchemist is a fairy, so that's why that all works. I'll go to the Deep Sea Diva part. So you have your 3 Diva, gets you either Spine Gilman or Mermaid Archer. Mermaid Archer is nice because she can help you maintain the +1 that you got with Diva. If sometimes when you synchro summoning, basically what you're going to do is Deep Sea Diva is going to thin your deck out, and then it's going to become a synchro monster. So you're just going to 1-for-1, and then you're hoping to, do some damage to your opponent. But that's my dog. Sorry. So yeah, but with Mermaid Archer, you can actually maintain your +1 because when you equip Diva, she goes up to 2,000, which isn't that much, but it's enough to blow through things. And if you're worried your opponent has like something that's going to, like a Smashing Ground or like a Mirror Force or something that's gonna kill Mermaid Archer, you can lose the Diva instead that's equipped to her, and then you get to keep Mermaid Archer. So you maintain your +1 and you still deck them and everything, so that's cool. Aqua Spirit's nice. She just comes out by removing from play a water in the grave. So she can remove a Diva, and Dimensional Alchemist can end up getting it back. Speed through again. She's also nice to help with the Diva that's already out on the field because the special summons. So you can go Diva, get out Gilman, remove from play for Aqua Spirit, something, and then you have a level 9, so that's cool. Your last water monsters are 2 Cloudy and Sheep Cloud. So these guys are really cool. First of all, they're fairies, and that helps with Kristya. Secondly, because they're water, they can be removed from play with Aqua Spirit. That also helps with Kristya if you have 5 fairies in the grave and you need to get down to 4. It's nice graveyard control. And so, yeah, their next thing is that when they die, they produce 2 tokens of basically themselves, 0/0, level 1. Nothing special, but it's kind of cool as blocking or defense or whatever. And the final thing to say about them is that the tokens they create can be used as tributes for a special summon, but not for a tribute summon unless it's a Cloudian monster. So that's relevant because of Destiny Hero Plasma. He gets special summoned by tributing 3 monsters. So you already have 2 with once Sheep Cloud gets destroyed. So all you need to do is summon a monster, like Armageddon Knight is a nice one to summon. And you can dump a Dark at that point, and then tribute all 3 for a Plasma. Plasma's really nice. People don't understand, but he negates all your opponent's monster effects, so it's a constant skill drain for only your opponent. Plus he absorbs your opponent's monsters, so you can just keep absorbing anything they set to block with. And then he gains attack from it. He gains half of their attack onto his own. So he becomes a pretty powerful guy that can't be removed with something like Caius or something. Also, if he can if he can absorb a bigger monster, then even something like Dark Arm Dragon can't do anything against him. But anyway, yeah, the Darks. Dark Arm Dragon, Chaos Sork, really good in any deck that runs, Light and Darks, and that involves Dimensional Alchemist. Chaos Sork's going to be really good. Gores is amazing, especially in a deck with Honest, because the token that he drops is actually a Light Fairy, and so it can catch a lot of people off guard when you Honest the token. So the Plasma I already talked about, and he can come out in a lot of ways. Deep Sea Diva also gets you another monster, so if you have Deep Sea Diva and an Aqua Spirit, you got that going on. Or if you use Call on Monster Reborn, there are a lot of plays that you can set up to get him out if you're like a tenacious player, and he's pretty worth it most of the time. Armageddon Knight, just to speed up the deck a little bit. Sometimes you don't want to draw into a Plasma later because of the way the duel's going. You don't think you're going to be able to get him out. So you can dump him, and then he's nice fodder for Chaos Sork and Dark Arm. Breaker. I thought Breaker was going to be really good, and he is. So, I mean, he's always been a +1, but I guess he just seems like a more effective +1 this format. So, at least with the decks I've played. Then you have a Spirit Reaper and Sangan. Sangan's really nice because he gets you, the Divas, and he gets you every single fairy that isn't Kristya. So he's a cool guy. Plus he can get you an Armageddon Knight, which is nice if you're, sitting on a Dark Armed. And now I'll just go through the traps because I'm already here. Solemn, Mirror Force Call, Torrential, Rifted. I don't know if you guys can see how a lot of shit gets removed from play, but basically you have Dark Arm, Chaos Sorcerer, you have Aqua Spirit, you have an Allure there, 2 gold Sarks. I mean, obviously it's supposed to come to the hand with Sark, but and you have Dimensional Alchemist. So it's a really good card. I haven't played anyone that's using Decrees main deck yet, so I don't know what I would do necessarily. I haven't really built a side deck for this yet, so I don't know. Stay tuned for that. 2 gold Sarks. I really like gold Sarks in basically whenever you can run a deck that can play 2 gold Sarks and have enough backup while you're waiting the turns out. You built a pretty good deck. So I like the 2 gold Sarks. It's really nice if you want to speed through with Dimensional Alchemists, if you're that sort of tenacious player. It's also really nice to just, sit on a Kristya that's coming, or a Dark Arm Dragon, or Chaos Sorcerer, or just Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn's like prime choice. You have 2 trade-in. Sometimes I take trade-in with Gold Sark as well. Trade-in has 4 targets, it has 2 Kristya, and it has 2 Plasma. Plasma is really awesome in this deck because you're either going to trade him in, and he's going to be useful in terms of getting another Dark in the graveyard, and then allowing you to draw 2 cards, or he's going to, absorb opponent's monsters and negate all their effects and stuff. You have 2 Book of Moon and 1 Econ. I kind of want to switch that around, but Book of Moon in general is a superior card. But with Divas, Econ's a really nice card. Also, if you want to rush to get 4 fairies with Kristya. Let's see. Allure, Monster Reborn. I don't have a Dark Hole, by the way. And nor any of the new cards. So And then there's a Scapegoat. Scapegoat's just a nice blocker. If you open up a hand with like Scapegoat and Gold Sark, you know, it's pretty good because basically this is going to stall for you. A lot of people, you know, probably haven't seen this card in a while, and the reason I'm main decking this card is because of Plasma. It's basically it's a free Plasma, so it's a free 1 block and then Plasma, so it's pretty nice. That's the deck, guys. Sorry it took so long, but I think I gave a pretty in-depth analysis, show you how it worked. And yeah, the basic idea of this deck is that you pretty much always have an out for everything. You have constant powerhouses that you're going to be sitting on, you know, between the Dark Arms and the Kristyas, and even if you have like a light monster out, and then you have Honest in your hand to back it up. And then there's all the synchro summoning you can do with Diva. And once shit starts getting removed from play, Rifted's going to be really nasty. So yeah, so this deck's been really consistent. Actually play tested it before showing it off, and it's really nice. So give me your feedback, because it's only had 5 duels. It's been really good, but if you can see any possible changes I should make, like how to fit in another enemy controller nicely, let me know. And peace out, guys.